Today's topic is about push down automata. We know that if a context free grammar is there, we need a recognizer to accept that language. So here in regular language, you know that we have used finite state automata. Here that finite state, when you are using context free grammar, you will be using a push down automata, right? So we'll see. So informally, a PDA, that is the push down automata, is nothing but a non-deterministic finite automata with epsilon along with a stack implementation. So it can accommodate or it can store infinite information in a stack for its processing. So what do you mean by a stack? Stack is nothing but a linear array implementation data structure. So in this, insertion and deletion will be done at the one end of the array, and that end will be represented as a top of the stack. So it has the property that it is last in first out. So what is last in first out is which is inserted last, that will be deleted first. So why do we use stack with PDA is when you are using deterministic finite automata, it can remember only a finite amount of information. So for example, it can read the string and process continuously. It cannot remember how many A's or how many zeros it has read already. So it cannot store any information. But PDA is contradictory. PDA can remember infinite informations, okay, infinite amount of information, that to a certain type only with the help of stack. So your push down automata will be having three parts. One is input tape, another one is a finite control, and last one is stack. So whenever there is a string given to the push down automata, so it reads the input string in the input tape, it moves from left to right, it reads one way direction, okay, and it is only going to perform reading operation in the input tape. So no write operation, anything in the input tape. So that input is read, it will be given to the finite automata, and finite automata will read the top of the stack. Okay, so what is lastly inserted, that symbol will be taken up for the process, and finite control will perform the transition and make necessary modification in the stack. So this is push down automata. We will recall again. So states, first tuple is a state, second one is a input stack, stack alphabet, transition function, initial state, start symbol of the stack, and finally accept state. The push down automata has 7 tuples. You can see Q, sigma, capital gamma, tau, Q naught, Z naught, and F. So you'll see what is each one by one. So it is similar to NFA and DFA. Only two more things are inserted. That two more tuples are nothing but related to the stack information. You can see. So Q is nothing but the finite set of states which is already there in DFA and NFA. Sigma, it refers the input alphabets or input terminal symbols, and big gamma, which represents the finite stack alphabet. So what are the alphabets that are stored in the stack? That is represented by big gamma. Q naught is your starting state, and Z naught is the starting stack symbol. Okay, so what is the starting stack symbol? You have it in stack, that is represented by Z naught. And F is nothing but the final state or accepting state, and tau is nothing but your transition function. So the transition function will be of Q into sigma u of epsilon into big gamma, which implies a finite subset of Q and big gamma star. So we'll see what is that in the next slide. So the production is for the PDA will be of this form. You can see left hand side has separate many symbols and the right hand side is having certain symbols. So first we'll see left hand side, what is Q. So PDA must consider its current state. So Q will be, has to be its current state. Then big gamma, which is nothing but it must consider the symbol that is on top of the stack. So it should read, it is also considers the symbol on top of the stack, and it should be either epsilon or not. So it may or may not consider the current input symbol on the stack. So that is the meaning of epsilon over there. Okay, so which implies a finite set of Q, that is the right hand side part. The finite set of Q means the PDA may have several options or several combinations. Okay, then followed by Q, which is going to be each option specific to a new state or to the same state. So whether it is a self transition or it is going to be a transition from current state to the next state. Next one is big gamma star, which specifies 0 or more stack symbols that will replace the top of the stack symbol. So when the PDA starts its transition from the starting state, it has to start with the stack with the initial state. So what is stack's initial state is the 0th position of the stack will be having a symbol. It can be either dollar or it can be Z0. Okay. So you can see here the stack head, that is the top, will be referring either dollar or Z0. It is up to our interest. So we are going to use dollar here. Sometimes I will be using Z0 also. So let us see the transition functions of the PDA. There are two types are there. The first one is given over here, tau, comma q, comma a, comma z, which gives p1, comma lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda up to lambda n. So what does this means is, this transition means is, it means that the PDA is currently in Q state with the input symbol A and the top stack symbol Z. Then it changes its states to Pi and replace the stack symbol Z by lambda I. The leftmost lambda I is placed on the highest of the stack and the rightmost symbols of lambda I are placed on lowest of the stack. Okay. So in this case, your header will be moving from P1 to it will be moving from lambda M to P1. The second type of transition is tau q, comma epsilon, comma z, which gives P1, comma lambda 1 up to lambda n. It means that in that state Q, independent of the input signal, for any input signal, it changes the state to Pi and replaces the stack symbol Z by lambda I. In this case, head will remain in the same position. It will not move from the current position. So this is one way of representing a transition diagram for the PDA. You can see the transition is given as A, comma B implies C. So what is A is input symbol and B is the symbol that need to be popped and C is the symbol that need to be pushed into the stack. So for this transition diagram, what you are going to do is, your current input signal is going to be A, the current stack symbol is B. Then what you have to do, the transition based on these two symbols is, you have to replace B by C. So how do you write it? A, comma B implies C. You can see the diagram. B will be replaced by C. Suppose I don't want to replace B, I just need to append the C alone for the input A and for the stack symbol B, means I just need to append C alone. So how do we give it? You will be giving it as A, comma epsilon implies C. So what is epsilon is, for any symbol you will try to insert the C symbol. So this is the meaning of inserting or pushing up the symbol into the stack for B. Suppose if your input is A and your stack symbol is B, then you must pop the symbol B from the stack. So how do I do it? A, comma B implies epsilon. So epsilon tells that pop operation has to be performed. So if it comes in the right hand side, you will perform pop. If it comes in left hand side before the implies, that is the rightmost, then you will not perform any push operation. So that's the meaning of this diagram. For certain inputs, I don't want to perform any operation. So if that is the case, you will be writing A, comma epsilon implies epsilon. For input A, do not do anything in the finite automata, then you will represent that it is as epsilon implies epsilon. Suppose you have given a transition for the current input A and stack symbol B, C should be popped from the stack, but my stack is empty. That is, if the stack only contains the stack symbol $, then your automata halts and it says that the input string is not accepted or the input string is rejected by the PDA. Like your non-deterministic finite automata, PDA is also non-determinism. You can see from a single state for a same input, I may go to two states, either Q1 or Q2, or it may not have any transition from one state to another state, or it can do a transition based on null transitions also. Hence, PDA is also considered as non-deterministic. When you are writing the a transition function, you will have three parts in that. So it will represent, first part is going to be q, which is the current state, and u is going to be the current input symbol in the input tape, and the last one is the current stack symbol. Let us see how the transition function is written for the PDA. If Q1 is having a transition from Q1 to Q2 for the input A and for the stack symbol W, then it can be written as tau Q1 A comma W2. The transition will be Q2 and W2. Suppose for the same input I may have a multiple transition, that I can have a possibility of going to Q2 as well as for Q3. Then how the transition function can be written is tau Q1 A W1, then it is a possibility to go to Q2 and Q3. So if you go to Q2 comma W2 comma Q3 comma W3. So we have seen the transition function, transition diagram for PDA, and what are the tuples for PDA. Now let us see how a language is accepted by the PDA. So when a language is given, so you will start from the initial state with for a particular input string, and you will try to imply or iterate towards the final state. So here the iteration will be given with a symbol which is a slanted T symbol. So that symbol is used. So that is nothing but iteration. You may have 0 iterations or multiple iterations. That is why it is given a star. So it starts from 0 and it has to end with the final state. If it ends with the final state, then it is accepted. So you can tell that my transition is accepted. So there are two types of acceptance in PDA. One, the acceptance by the final state. Another one is the acceptance by the empty of the stack. So you can use either empty of stack or you can use the final state over here. So which is given in the bottom. So final state and acceptance by final state, what will be the language, and acceptance by the empty state is given in the bottom. Okay. So let us see an example how PDA is constructed for the given language. So first we have to find out what are the resultant PDA is given in the language. So M is equal to, so we have 7 tuples. So Q comma sigma big gamma capital gamma tau, then Q naught, then Z0 and capital F. Right. So we know that gamma is equal to A gamma B, and we will assume that Q naught is our initial state. Similarly, Z0 is the, we will take it as a dollar symbol over here. Right. So what is the language we are telling here is, so the language will generate a word that belongs to A or B combination such that the number of A's in the word should be equivalent to number of B's. So that means the language generated will be having of string. It can be of empty, or it can be AB, AA, BB, or AB, AB, or BA, BA, and it goes on. Okay. So for this language we have to calculate it. So first step in constructing PDA is we have to find the transitions. So understand that we have to understand the theme. It is, if it is A, then when you have B, it should be nullified. Okay. So what is we have seen over here is, when A comes, if B is in my stack, then A and B should be cancelled. If you have multiple A's, then multiple A must be pushed. If you encounter a B, then B and A should be removed. So this is how you can see whether you have number of A's and number of B's available. So what you are going to do here is, if you have A, you will push it into the stack. If you have B, then you have to remove A from the stack. Suppose you may have another condition. Suppose you have a BB, then AA. So what will happen here is, so if it comes with a BB, then you have to push BB into the stack. So we'll assume that is going to be the case. So first case, when you start from the initial state, let us assume tau, we are starting from Q0. So my input is A, my initial state of the stack is dollar. Then what you will do is, you will just stay back in the same state and you will push a dollar. Okay. So you will just append in the a dollar. So I will give you the example for here how to do that. So we'll have a stack. So let me draw a stack over here. Okay, now if it is dollar alone is there and my input is A, if my input is A, then A should be pushed into the stack. So that is the meaning of this statement. Similarly, if it is B also, if a string starts with a B, then B must be also pushed into the stack. So you will have stay in the same state, B dollar. So there is no other string you can have. So if your input string starts with A, it may start with B, both must be pushed into the stack. Now next case, if already A is there, if the next string is also an A, so what should be the transition? So you will stay in 0 and your current symbol is A and the symbol in the stack is A, then what you have to do is you will stay in the same division, you will just append the stack. So what happens if your one A is there in the stack, if the second A comes, it must be also pushed into the stack. So you will have again another A in the stack. Similarly, if you have B, okay, so already if a B is in the stack, then if B is in the stack, if the next input is B also, so I will write like this, if next input is also B, then B must be also appended into the stack, right? So that is the term we will write here. So you will have tau is equal to Q0 B, then you can push the input symbol into the stack. So we'll see the transition example with a stack here. So if my input is A and initially my top is dollar, what happens is you will get appended with the dollar. So dollar will, now the stack will be referring over here. So this will be removed. Okay, so this is the diagram you have for that. Similarly, if your input is B and you have only dollar, then B will be appended. Okay, so then B will be appended in the diagram. So this is what the input is. So how do you write it in the transition diagram is you will write like this. So A dollar, if A is the input and dollar is the current symbol of the stack, then you will append A to the dollar. Similarly, if it is B dollar, so then you will have B into the sum. So this is the current input. So first one will be the current input and dollar will be the topmost symbol in the stack, and this is the push operation. So you are performing push operation of the current symbol B. Now for the next one is if it is A and you have current symbol A in your stack, then what is to be inserted is you have to push the A. For example, if you have dollar and A, then finally the new A will be pushed over here in the A. Similarly, if you have B and B is on the top of the stack, then B will be pushed into my stack. So you will be having dollar, B and B. So this is the currently pushed information in the stack. So now we have seen, we have written 4 transitions. So for the starting symbol, if you are initially starting from the state, so that two transition is given over here, and that is only for AB and BA. So what is to be done? Similarly, if you have consecutive, you can see you can have a consecutive A's and consecutive B's. If that is the case, you will be having this process. Now what is left over is you have to check if after consecutive A's, then you have to check whether the consecutive for the same number of A's we are having same number of B or not. So how do we write the transition is, so let me write the transition again with the state 1 itself. If the current input is A and my stack symbol is B, then I will write epsilon. So that means I am not going to push any input signal. I am going to pop from this signal. So I will give you an example. So here, so you can see my input is, if it is going to be A and my top of the stack is B, then both B has to be popped from my stack, so that for a single A there is an existence of single B. So it has to be cancelled. So remaining elements will be there as only B and dollar. So that is represented over here. Similarly, we will write a tau function. So tau is equal to, if my current symbol is A and stack is having, sorry, my current symbol is B and my stack is having A, then I should again pop from the stack. So you can see my current symbol is B and I have a in my stack. So this A will be cancelled for this single B. So initially stack was here, after deletion it will be here. Okay, so it will come to here. Now the final one, what you have to do here is, if you are reaching the end of the string, for example, if I am reaching end of my string, then there is no character or terminal symbols is available in my language, then you have to reach Q1, which is my end of my process. Now, how to check these transitions works for the given language? Let us, for example, we will process as a string whether it is accepted by that or not. So let us process the string that is A, B, B, A. Okay. So let us see what PDA makes a move for this kind of string. So what is the PDA moves? So how do write it is, so you will write Q0 and the input strings are going to be, so you write the first string, then leave some space and write the second string BAA, comma, initially the dollar will be there in my queue. So what I will do is I will have dollar over here and we will see what is the transition. So let me rub all these things for this example. Okay, just hold on. So we will take the string. So you have to start from the leftmost. So you can see I am going to take A. A is the current input. So here also I will put a circle over for A. A is the current input and dollar is the current symbol on the stack. So what is the transition I have to do? So it is Q0 A dollar. So what is Q0 A dollar? You have to append A into the stack. So you will be having Q0. Sorry, you will write like this. It is going to be Q0 BBA comma A dollar, right? So that will be A dollar. So now A is pushed into the stack. So A is processed. Now what is the next string that is to be processed? It is B. So what is the string? Q0 B A. So this side it is going to be A, right? So I will take a different color over here, so you will be able to understand that. So let me take a red color or something. Okay, let me take red color. So here it is B, here it is A. So this is because of using rule number 1. Now it is Q0 B A. So what I have to do here is Q0 B A. You have to pop from the stack. So what happens for the next symbol B? Okay. So now for the next symbol, I will write only A, B, B, A. So A is processed. For B, A will be removed from the stack. A will be removed from the stack. So if A is removed from the stack, so you will write the function as, you will be writing it as BA, comma, this B and this A is getting traveled. So you will be removed with this. So you will have B and A, which is cancelled. So you will have only dollar alone. So this is because of rule number 6. Because I told you Q0 epsilon. So Q0 epsilon is a pop from the stack. So from the stack A is pop. You can see A is popped over here. So the next symbol is B and dollar. So what is B and dollar is? B dollar is going to be append the B. So then for next B it will be pushed into the stack. So you have a B. So you will be having Q0 A B dollar. So this is because of the rule number 2. Now here it is A, here it is B. What I have to do is, you have to perform A, B. You have to pop from the stack. So B will be popped from the stack. So both will be getting nullified. So you will have 0, epsilon and dollar. So this is because of the rule number 5. Now finally, you have Q0 epsilon dollar, then it must be Q1. So you will have Q1 as your final state. So I have reached my final state. My string is accepted over here. So the resultant PDA will be is, so we know that what is the initial state. So we had only two states here. So let me write it as Q0 and Q1. What is the input string we used? We used only A and B. What are the symbols that were there in stack? You had dollar, you had A and you had B. Then what is your Q0 initial state? Again, Q0 is going to be Q0 itself. What is the input stack symbol? That is the starting stat symbol. We have used dollar is a starting stat symbol. And what is your final state? Q1 is your final state here, right? So this is the PDA for the given language. So you can also draw a transition diagram for the PDA. So I can draw a transition diagram. So how to draw that? So we'll see from the direction. So see, every states are going to be 0. Only for the last state you are having Q1. So you have only two states. So let me draw a little bit bottom. So you have Q0, then I have Q1. So Q1 is your final state. So what will be the Q1 is? I will draw Q1 as your final state. So for what is the input for the Q1 state is? It is epsilon, and if it is dollar, then you will be going to dollar itself. So you will be having epsilon comma dollar, then you will have only dollar alone. So that is the state transition diagram. And what is for Q is, it should accept A, it should accept B, even from the starting symbol. So you will write like this. You will start from here. So let me take another color over here. I'll take a red. So the colors are going to be like this. So I have a self transition. So whatever the transition you will be having is, if it is A and if it is dollar, then you will have A dollar. If it is B and dollar stack in the symbol, then you will have B dollar. If it is A and A, then you will have AA. If you have A and B, sorry, okay, you will take, it is BB. If it is B and B, then you will be pushing into the stack. Next, we will be writing about the pop operation. So pop operation is, if it is A and B, then you have to pop the symbol. If it is B comma A also, you have to pop from the signal. So these are the transitions or the rules we will be using for my self transition from the state. So if anyone is happens, it will be happening in the same state. If A comes, it comes over to Q0 itself. When B comes, it comes to go over here. So if you have reached the end of the string and still if there is a symbol in the stack, then it is an unaccepted string. So when you reach the end of the string, if it is empty and if the stack is containing only dollar, then it should go to the final state. Otherwise, it will not go to the final state. So this is the transition diagram for the given language. So let us see a next example. This will be your final example for today's session. So we are going to construct a PDA for the language 0 to the power of n and 1 to the power of n. So what is the language tells about? So here you see n is greater than or equal to 1. That means it is not equal to 0. So you will not have epsilon symbol. That is null is not available. So the language that is generated is 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, and you can have 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, and it goes on. So which is not accepted here? 0, 1, 0, 1, or starting with any string that is starting with 1 is also not accepted. For example, 1, 0, 1, 0 is also not accepted. Since why? Because the language says 0 should come first and 1 and should come last. So let me form the transition diagram. So initially you can see all the strings are starting with 0. So initially stack is empty. So we'll have the transition. So if it is 0 and stack is dollar, what should be done? What should be the answer? So simply I have to append because it should be included. So how do you check the PDA is? PDA will check the mid of the string. So once all zeros are included, then when it encounter 1, we will pop zeros from the stack. And if all the ones, for all the ones, if all zeros have been popped means then string is accepted, otherwise string will not be accepted. Simple. I'll write it over here. If you have 3 zeros and 3 ones, So you will in your stack, when you encounter first 3 zeros, you will have 3 zeros in your stack. When you encounter 1, the first symbol in the stack 0 will be popped out. For the second one, this will be popped out, and for third, this will be popped out. So we will split our transition into two parts. So up to zeros, you will be pushing up into the stack, and when 1 is encountered, we will start doing pop operation from the stack. So that is the string we are going to do here. So what is to be done is tau, you will take Q0 as your initial state, and your current input is 0 and the stack symbol is $, then it is going to be Q0 $0. So 0 is pushed into the stack. Similarly, if already 0 is in the stack, so you will have $0. Now if you have 0 and the topmost symbol is also 0, so what I have to do is just I need to push this 0 into the stack. So you will have Q0 00. Right. Now if you have 1, so what will you have to do here is you have to go to the next transition. You can't stay in the same transition. So what happens is when 1 comes, you can see it is going to be a pop operation. So when there is a difference from push to pop, there should be a transition from state to one state to another state. So if it is input is, let me take it as 1 and it is 0 input, so you will perform a pop operation. So if it is going to be Q0 and current input is 1 and 0 is the stack, then you will go to Q1, the next state transition with epsilon. So you will pop a symbol from epsilon. Now if multiple 1 comes, what after again and again I have to be there in the Q1. So here 1, again 0 and epsilon. So this is for Q1. Okay, so that's why. So you will have, you will rub this, we don't want that, we'll just put, okay, so same thing, but it is for the state Q1 and 1 is there and 0 is there. You will again stay in the same state and you will do the epsilon. So this is what the option. When you encounter epsilon, that is you have reached the end of the string, and if you have a dollar symbol, then dollar symbol alone will be there. So Q1 epsilon dollar, then you will reach Q2 $. So that is I am reaching to Q1. So let me draw the transition diagram first. So I will draw a transition diagram so it will be easy for us to understand. So initially you have Q0, right? So the self transition, let me draw it over here. So the self transition is, if it is 0, $, then 0 is pushed into the $. Or else, what else we have? If it is 0, 0, then 0, 0 is pushed into the $. And what is the next thing is, if it is, okay, now I write it little bit nearer to this. So if it is 0, 0, then you will be 0, 0 over here. Now when 1 is encountered, what happens is we will be having a transition to Q1. Again Q1 will have a self transition, then that will go to Q2. So Q2 is your final state. So now what is the transition is, you can see from Q0 for the input 1. So for Q0 for input 1 and stack is having $, then you will perform pop. So it will go over here. Similarly, if multiple 1 comes, it stays in the Q1 state itself. So you will have 1, 1, 0 here. Then finally, if you have reached the end of the string and $ is in the stack, then you will go to Q2 and stack will be with the $ symbol. So you will be accepted over here. So let us take an example and we will try to resolve it. So before that, let me put the numbers for this. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and this is 4, and this is 5. So let us take an example. So I'm going to take an example. So I will take, so 000 and 111. Let us see if the string is accepted by that. So initially we will start from Q0, 0000111 comma dollar. Initially my queue is empty, so let me have a queue over here, sorry, stack over here. So initially dollars here. So when first string is encountered, you have to draw like this. It's a T, so it implies something like that. So it will be like Q0 0011 and $0. So this is based on the rule number 1 transition. Now the next input is 0 and here it is 0. So if it is 00 Q0 comma 0111 comma $00. So this is because of the rule number 2. Again, if it is Q0, again you will have 111, 000 will be there in stack. Then finally this is also 2. So up to 3 steps, 3 zeros will be pushed into the stack. Now we are encountering 1 and 0. So the transition will be to Q1 and you will have 11. So when 1 is encountered, what you have to do, you have to pop a symbol from here. So the first 0 is popped, only 2 zeros are there. So now you will have $00. Now you can see 1 again 0. So this is because of rule number 4. Sorry, it's because of rule number 3 here. So now when it goes, it becomes Q1 $1 $0. It stays in Q1 itself. So second 0 will be popped. So this is because of rule number 4. Then again when you process, you can see Q1 empty $. Now if it is done, it will finally reach the emptiest, it will reach, okay, I'll write it over here. So Q1 $1 so you will have epsilon and $. So here it will reach Q2 and $. Alone. So it will reach Q2 and $. So it has reached the end of the string. So your string is accepted. So this is the given PDA. Now what will be your final resultant PDA is, so the final resultant PDA so Q will be of 3 states. So Q0, Q1, Q2. Then epsilon is going to be, that is sigma is going to be A and B. So these are the two terminal symbols we have. So not A and B, it's going to be 0 and 1. So you will be having 0, 1 here. Then tau is going to be, you have $, 0 and 1. That are the symbols that are being used in the stack. Initial state is going to be Q0 and your stack's initial state is going to be $, and your final state is going to be Q2. So this is your resultant, and we had the transition diagram in the previous one. If you want, you can draw it over here. So your transition diagram will be Q0, Q1, Q2. So you have a self transition for Q1 and Q2. So what are the things you are having here is, so if the input is $0, you will have $0 appending. If you have 0 and 0, you will have 0, 0 over here. So if it is 1 and 0, you will have pop operation, and if it is again 1 and 0, you will have a self transition to Q1 itself. Suppose if you have end of the string and you have a $, then it is going to be $, to the final state of Q2. So this is your final transition diagram for the given PDFA. So transition diagram of the PDFA for the given language. Okay. Thank you. We will meet with a new topic in the next session. Thank you. We will see the new topic in the next session.